Before we start getting to it, like I love this brand so much. Literally, human experience, like that's it, literally what's happening. So I have a really big issue when I see people who I know are like just the purest people get walked all over. People who take advantage of people who don't know how to stick up for themselves are bullies, and I hate bullies. Like I hate bullies in any capacity. But my thing is, I don't understand people who don't know how to stand up for themselves. Like, I get it. I understand it, but like, to what degree are you willing to take? And like what needs to be the breaking point? That's what I'm trying to figure out. What do y'all need to see or hear in order for y'all to like actually stand up for yourselves? Because like, it's like, after a certain point, people are gonna stop caring. You're just gonna be a victim. It's gonna be like, poor you. It's not like, oh, poor you. It's gonna be like, for you, because people really stop caring after a certain point. And that's what I had to realize. Like I used to be the victim so much, and it's not even like, oh, I'm making myself the victim. Like I was genuinely the victim so much, and then I had to get to a point where it's like, okay, folks don't care. What am I gonna do to get myself out of this position? I really had to realize that nobody was coming to save me, and I had to figure it out on my own. Like I don't move off of emotions. I'm a very logical person, which a lot of people need to adopt. In order for you to like learn how to stand up for yourself, first you have to be able to remove your emotions from a situation, because your emotions really can have you in a bad position, really bad spot. So in order for you to get over that, you have to be able to step back from this situation and evaluate it from a third person's point of view. This is something I learned from someone else. This method is very beneficial because other people are not as emotionally invested as you are in certain situations. This allows you to approach your situation in a logical and unbiased manner. Once you're able to do that, I promise it gets easier over time when you're learning to speak up for yourself, when you're learning to stand on business. Because a lot of y'all don't stand on business. And it sucks even worse because the people who be bullying y'all don't be talking about nothing. They don't be talking about Nathaniel. It's like, you could at least been getting bullied by somebody who really doing something. But like, these people really don't be talking about nothing. I mean, I'm not saying get bullied, but like, really? Really? Like, these bullies aren't even where they want to be in life, let alone where you want to be. So why are we worried about what they're talking about? Don't get bullied by anyone though. Like, once you learn how to stand up for yourself against someone who's very close to the most vulnerable parts of you, like, talk to me about anybody else outside of that circle. Talk to me about anybody else. Like, it's nothing. It's literally going to be easy as, what's the saying? Easy as 1, 2, 3, or easy as cake, or easy as butter. I don't know. It's gonna be very easy though. Like, after you overcome that one person who like really has that hold over you, it's gonna be so easy. But like, also ask yourself, like, who made you that way to where you're just taking it? Ill that someone would do that. 99% of the time, the people know what they're doing and that they're doing it. And then you have the 1% who, well, I'm sorry, 98% of the time. And then you have the 1% who probably genuinely don't know. And they probably genuinely have a problem, need to be checked on it, and have yet to be checked. So that's fair. But 98% of the time, you have people who know they're doing it and they benefit off of it. So they don't ever want it to change. They don't want you to grow. They don't want you to stand up for yourself. They don't want you to outgrow your environment. They don't want you to outgrow your poor you ways. They don't want you to outgrow that victim mentality. They want you to stay quiet. They want you to stay submissive. They want you to continue to just take it. Why? Ask yourself what that person's motivation for doing certain things are, why you allow certain behavior, and what do you gain and lose in the end. This is your life. You only have one life. So if no one's told you as of yet, start living your life. You're not living for no one else's means, no one else's anything. You're living for yourself. And if you're not happy and your sadness and submission is making someone else's life happy and making their life easier, then you should really sit and think about that. I really implore you to sit and think about that. Your sadness, suffering, and silence and submission is making someone else's life easier. It's making someone else's life better. Think about that. Why would someone who loves you make you feel that way? But I really do know the problem isn't that necessarily you guys don't understand the dynamic, and that is that is bad. I think the problem is necessarily gaining the confidence, which is another problem. People with these issues, like who don't know how to stick up for themselves, a lot of times their parents did not teach them how to stick up for themselves, because if they did, then that would mean you'd be able to stick up for yourself when it came to their ways and negative impacts that they had on your life. So it makes a lot of sense why a lot of these people don't have confidence, because their parents didn't instill it in them, or else it would go against them, or else you would make their lives more difficult because they'd have to explain why they're doing things they probably shouldn't be doing, or that's typically how that goes. The confidence aspect is really the biggest issue that a lot of people who have that issue, that's the biggest issue. And how can you be more confident? I had to literally go through mad hardships. When I say hardships, like mental, I had to go through so many breaking points in order for me to be strong mentally. And now nobody can break my mental. It's like, it's very amazing. It's very unfortunate things I have to go through in order to get here, but I'm happy that I am here. So with that being said, the journey is not over. It doesn't end. You have to just choose to keep going. And then once you get to that point where you are really serious about yourself and you want to take yourself serious into the next level, then okay. But until then, you really have to put the work in for yourself. And then of course you're going to have people working against you, because all success stories, there's always some type of resistance. But you've made it this far, so like, who's to tell you that you can't go even further? But once you release that dead weight, once you stop carrying around people's expectations and how you're going to make other people feel when you stand up for yourself or when you do something for yourself, it's not necessarily don't care about how you make other people feel. That's not at all what I'm saying at all. But when it comes to your success and doing what's right, all that goes out the window. And when I say your success, I mean if someone is in a position that they're hindering you or smothering you or putting you down from your success and going to your next level and your next level of your journey, then who gives one about what they got to say or how they feel? Because guess what? They're perfectly willing to make you not experience that next level or miss out on something, or they're perfectly willing for that to happen. But you, God forbid you allow that to happen to them, they'll hold that to your throat forever. So if they're not willing, then like, why are you willing to make those sacrifices and they won't? No. And it's not even about sacrifices. It's just literally about being there and present for yourself. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. And if people love you, they will support you regardless, regardless, like for real. It's literally not rocket science. And I know, like, as humans, we're very complex beings. We think too much and we get in a lot of trouble just based off of, like, being a human. We're too complicated. Like, really, why are you worried about how someone else feels? If it's not harming someone, like, physically, then why are you worried about what your decision is going to, how it's going to impact them? Now, if you got, like, these are instances that, like, you need to worry about that. And let me just be very clear. Like, if you have children and you decide, like, I don't want to be a parent anymore, and that is still harming your child. Mentally, very deeply, that's still harming them. So, like, that's the type of situation I'm not talking about. I'm talking about, look at my nails. I'm talking about you choosing yourself. Like, say, for instance, you're in a controlling situation. You choosing yourself, how is that harming the other person? You're actually doing them a favor by, like, showing them their ways and how very toxic it is. You're giving them an opportunity to be a better person at the end of the day. If they choose to take that opportunity or not, that's not your problem. It has nothing to do with you. You've chosen yourself, and that's all that matters. And if choosing yourself means you're losing other people in the end, then so be it. But it shouldn't have to be that. But they're telling you exactly that you made the right choice. Simple. I want you guys to really learn how to, like, stand up for yourself and what you love and what you believe in, and stand on it. However that looks right now, I want you to stand on it and then graduate into bigger and bigger ways in which you're showing up for yourself. That's self-respect. That's not allowing disrespect. And it's that simple. It's that simple. So I really hope really hope you guys take this and actually invest in yourself, invest time in yourself, invest in your craft, invest in your future, because you're the only one who's willing to do it. I promise you're the only one willing to do it. You don't want to look back and be like, dang, I wasted so much time living for other people, and I took so much. That's literally so sad. Like, no. Take control of your life and live. My camera died, so I forgot to say bye. Toodles. Bye.
Oh my God, you caught me. You caught me doing something mischievous.
How'd you know?